I started making videos on YouTube, and it honestly changed my life.
If you're watching this video, odds are you might have your own creative dreams, artist dreams, small business owner dreams of your own, and that might be why you click to watch. Or maybe you have been along for the ride for my artist journey over the last year. Either way, welcome. I'm Erin, and this is my digital diary of my artist, small business owner journey, and just like overall my life. I also love gardening. I love interior decorating, reading, all of the things. I'm like a very multi-passionate person, but mainly this channel has followed my artist journey and my growth in my creativity and relaunching my art business. And what a year has been. I think that if you are wanting to start a creative journey, a creative practice, and put yourself out there, this is your sign to do it. It can be scary, it can be overwhelming, and honestly, here I am a year later, not having everything figured out, but honestly, I am so happy that I am well underway of this journey. I think that one of the hardest things is just getting started and allowing yourself to be a beginner and to make mistakes and to grow. I am learning that the journey is not linear and that things take time, and that you may be rocking it one month and then have a couple setbacks the next, and that's all part of the process. And I'm not where I want to be on my artist and small business owner and content creator journey yet, but I believe in myself, and this video is really cool because I started working on it a little while ago and I totally forgot that it existed, and I'm getting back to it now. And just as I'm recording this voiceover, I'm like watching this montage with you, and it feels so surreal, and it just like warms my heart to see all of these memories and all of the progress I made kind of like flashing before my eyes, making stickers, making bouquets, like all these parts of my creative journey that I've documented and now have kind of time capsuled. It feels like a very, very cool experience to like walk through it all. And that is one of the cool things about if you are hesitant to start a creative journey and like document it and share it online, for yourself to be able to go back and see these times of your life and look at it with a fresh set of eyes. It feels so cool to be like, wow, I really did all these things. I forgot about all these things. And I'm so proud of myself that I followed through and that I documented this so I can look back on it and see and learn from it. And sometimes we like learn a lot more thinking and like reflecting on and looking at our past than looking to the future. Obviously both are important, but I think that allowing yourself to like sit in past experiences. I also feel like there have been a lot of things that I've done in the past that have really worked for my business and for my channel. And I'm like, wow, I really need to learn more from my own past self to like reconnect with this journey. And it's been a minute since I've made a video for YouTube, and I'm hoping this summer to like get way back on track with my business and my art and really take it seriously and treat it like the full-time job that I want it to be, which is sometimes a lot easier said than done, but there's just something so cool to be able to go back and look at it all flash before your eyes. So if you want to embark on this journey, this is my invitation and encouragement to you that you can. And even if you don't see the growth in the numbers and the money and everything right away, there's so much value in taking that journey for your own self and personal development. And that feels really, really cool and exciting that we are able to just have a digital diary of our lives to look back on and reflect on and grow from. It's so much better than a journal article. But yeah, I'm gonna answer some questions about my journey. Okay, I figured I would answer some questions that you've sent in. There's not very many, but a few people have asked some awesome questions, so I figured I'd do a little Q&A to kind of wrap up this video, which I think will be really fun, and I'm gonna make a cup of tea while I do that. But the first question is, were you scared to start YouTube and truly be seen? How do you start, and what is your advice for starting? I think that I want to be like mindful that some people have anxiety, and that's so valid. I personally have made content, videos, things like that off and on for a lot of my life, and I feel like it's just such a part of like who I am. So I don't really feel like starting and being seen was that scary for me. Obviously it's nerve-wracking to like put yourself out there, but I feel like I just knew that I needed to document this journey, like mostly for myself. And I think that also probably took some of the pressure off of it, because I wasn't creating this content for it to do anything crazy. I was literally like, you know what, I'm going on this artist journey, I want to start my own business again, and I want to document the journey. So I would say
really getting to know your why and doing it for yourself before you do it for other people can help. And I also think that like you can also soft entry to YouTube in a way that isn't so invasive and vulnerable. I personally like showed my face pretty early on, but I didn't talk to the camera for a while. I did a lot of like voiceovers content. So you don't have to like chat with your audience like this. You can literally like not even show your face. You can do, I've seen some beautiful art channels where people just like show them making things and they do text and music overlays. Like you don't have to do it like this. And I think that it's better to start where you're comfortable rather than force yourself to be talking to camera if it feels really not okay with you. Like start where you feel comfortable, and then over time I've seen creators like who never showed their face or who never talked to the camera, like over time they gradually can add that in. So I think my advice is start where you feel comfortable. It's better to start than to not start at all, and to just like allow yourself to grow into content creation while still sharing your journey, if that makes sense at all. I hope that's helpful. The tea is done. I had to charge my camera for a bit. So anyways, the next question is, how do you film your YouTube videos? I use a Sony A6000, Alpha 6000, I think. I'll try to write it in the description. And I have just like the kit lens and a telephoto lens that I have these really cool diffusers on that I added a couple months ago that add more of like a cinematic effect. And I have just like an Amazon Basics tripod. So I film mostly on my Sony, but I do film some clips on my iPhone every now and then just to make it a little bit, if it's easier, if like I might have to switch to my phone because my camera is currently like has 3%. I also use DaVinci Resolve to edit my videos, which is free, and I love how I can color grade on it. It was tricky to learn how to use, but I watched a lot of really awesome YouTube videos that kind of dipped my toes in. And yeah, it's been such a fun learning journey. So that's how I film my videos. And obviously like I could get into specifics, but I'm not going to. But yeah, so I film on my Sony and my phone, and then I use DaVinci to edit. Okay, I look different. It's many moons later. My camera died, so we are charged now. We got a tea. I'm gonna answer more of these questions. This question is, how did you find your manufacturers? Do you bulk buy your sweaters or are they made to order? So I currently don't actually work with any manufacturers right now. I would love to find a manufacturer for like pins. Oh my gosh, like there's so many product ideas that I have. So I would love to down the line make some more physical products and deal with manufacturers. But right now I make all my stationery at home by myself. When I had my old stationery business, I used to get things printed from like a local print company, which was super awesome to deal with them directly in person and like go in and see the products and get samples and figure out like how I wanted things to look. But my sweaters are actually made to order. They are print on demand. I use Printful for that. I've had a really good experience with Printful so far. I've been really happy with my samples. My friends that have gotten products from my shop like really love them. My friend Jen says it's like her favorite sweater and like she wears it all the time, which is so awesome. And I also feel like the quality has been really good. I do not like managing massive amounts of inventory, so I keep a very small amount of like stickers. I make prints and greeting cards mostly to order. I have like a small amount of things that I make for like product photography, and just to make sure that I like how it turns out physically and that it's like accurate. But I don't make a ton of inventory. When I used to have my business though, in 2015, I had a ton of inventory and it really stressed me out. So I've been really happy with print on demand for the apparel. Also, the thing is like, I don't know what sizes. Like if I had a massive audience and I knew that I could buy like 100 of each size or 50 of each size and it would all get like sold, then that's awesome. Or if I could do like pre-orders or something and guarantee that like I wouldn't be wasteful. But what I found with my business before, because I tried to like screen print some shirts myself and I would make stuff and then like it wouldn't sell because people in that size wouldn't buy it, and I was holding on to so much inventory and it was really stressful for me. I don't like dealing with that much stuff. So print on demand has actually been like so good for my brain, and I've been really happy with the quality. So yeah, I don't have any manufacturers. I haven't found any. I will report back if I do, but yeah, my sweaters are made to order, which I also love because it's more environmentally friendly. Like I don't want to make a ton of stuff that's not going to get sold and then just have it lying around. And yeah, I've been really happy with it. So that's how that part works. And then yeah, my stationery products like my stickers, prints, greeting cards are all made by hand by me in my studio, and I would love to at some point like grow enough that I could have my stickers made, but right now like it just doesn't, in the sake of sustainability, I'm not going to order like 50 or 100 of the same sticker and have them not sell. I'd rather do like these small drops, and I do find it really therapeutic to make my stickers as well. Like I find it really fun to like put the holographic paper on them, cut them out. So right now I'm comfortable with that, but obviously if things grew or if I was spending more time on other projects, like I really want to get into illustration for children's books and magazines. So maybe if I was more consumed with that, I would want to just have all of my product made for me. But I've been happy with the quality of like how I've been doing it myself. So for now, that's how I'm doing it. Okay, the next question was, how do you get sponsors? So this one is like, I don't feel like qualified to answer this because I have only worked with a couple brands, mostly Magic Mind, but they reached out to me. Actually, they watched a few of my videos and like sent me an email. All the brands that have reached out to me have just like seen my YouTube videos. I have my email in the description of a lot of my videos and on my channel. So I think people just like find my videos and then directly email me, and having my email available has been really great for brands to be able to reach out. I was really surprised that once I started creating more content and more of my content was like kind of like finding my people, that brands just started organically reaching out. I know that people will reach out to brands as well and just kind of like approach and pitch, and I would love to do more of that. Like I really want to work with Squarespace because I'm obsessed with how my website turned out. It was genuinely such a good experience. This is not sponsored by Squarespace, but genuinely like I love it, and I would love to work with them. I would love to work with Skillshare. Love Skillshare. I would love to create a Skillshare course one day. That would be amazing. There's so many brands that I would love to work with, so I do feel like I need to get more comfortable with the idea of pitching and like approaching them myself. But yeah, I've just had people reach out. Sometimes it doesn't go anywhere. Sometimes I feel like I'm really lucky that I do have friends that are content creators. I have asked for their advice on how to negotiate with brands and work with them, and I feel like I have rates that I have come up with by doing like research of what I think is reasonable to ask for like the size of my audience, the type of work and effort that I put into my videos, what they're asking for as far as like sponsored content, like how long the collaboration part will be, etc., like what it will take. So I think that like doing a lot of research and connecting with any people that you have in your life that might create content or like work in that space is really helpful. I would also say that like I only work with brands that I genuinely like the product. I will like try the product first. I will not agree to like a collaboration if I don't genuinely love it. There have been many collaborations too that people have reached out and I've been like, that doesn't align with my life. I'm not interested in that product, or I don't think my audience would benefit from or resonate with it either. So like it just doesn't really go anywhere. Like I won't entertain it. I've had people reach out to me about kitchen knives. I don't know, like maybe one day if we redid our kitchen and I wanted some new knives and needed some new knives, but I was like at this point in time, like that's not feeling aligned or beneficial for my content, so I'm not just going to like move forward with that collaboration. So I think that like knowing what your values are and what you want in like a collaboration partnership and figuring out what's important to you as a creator is really important. And for me, I just want to share things that I genuinely use and genuinely like that have been impactful for me, and that's kind of like my guiding lens of what I do with sponsored content. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. The next question was, how do you come up with video topics? This is a hard one. Sometimes I come up with ideas. Okay, I feel like my philosophy with YouTube is I try to share the journey and I try to share my life, and my main kind of like niche or area is like my artist journey. Like I want to share my business, I want to share my art, I want to share products, I want to share my process, I want to share the ups and downs, the behind the scenes. Like that's kind of the main thing. And I think it's cool because it kind of lends myself to make a variety of videos naturally. Like I could do like paint with me's, draw with me, a sketchbook tour. I could do like shop vlogs, working on my shop, a shop lunch, decorating my space. And then like I also try to be like, this is my space for me to like share my life and my journey. And like I have other interests. Like I have so many creative, crafty interests, like crochet. I just started cross stitch and I'm obsessed. Cross stitch, bracelet making, painting, photography, gardening. I'm so obsessed with gardening. Like I can't even tell you how much I love gardening. And I think that giving yourself permission to like include those aspects of your life in your content just naturally lends it to different ideas. And when I started making content, I have like a little tracker where I put video ideas, and then I like put videos that I would like to film one day in like, or like try to plan them on a schedule. I have like a spreadsheet in my Notion, and I try to categorize my videos as like a storytelling video that is either mostly like voiceover and B-roll type content, or like a come along with me video, which is more like vlog style. And I'm learning that I kind of like a blend of both. So it's gotten kind of complicated, but I used to think of my videos as like, okay, I'm gonna try to film like every other video be like a come along with me, and then the next one will be more of like a storytelling, like B-roll, or like more of a formal like sit down type of video. But I'm feeling like a blend of those is kind of better. So I don't know, it's kind of like a work in progress. I think that like I will be inspired randomly by being like, oh, like I want to make a video about like my shop launch, and I'll write that down. I want to make a video of like a monthly reset. I think there's like, you'll find like general types of videos that work for you. I love a studio vlog. I love a create with me or decorate with me where I like decorate my space or my studio for a season, and I like paint. And I love a day like, or a video doing like a sketchbook challenge. And I think you can like use your ideas that really resonate with you and like change them up. And like I've done my original tiny sketchbook challenge was so amazing, so much fun. I loved it. Then I did a fall tiny sketchbook challenge, and like you can reuse it for the seasons if you like had a fun experience and like want to do it again. I think that like monthly reset videos are cool because everybody's type of reset is so different and like what works for them. And you can do like artist resets, creative resets. You can do like personal resets. I love kind of like taking inspiration. Like I watch a lot of YouTubers that do like lifestyle resets. I'm neurodivergent and I'm also an artist, and like I feel like a lot of that doesn't really like work with me, but like make it your own. Do what works for you and share that, because like there are other people that are watching that content is like, that doesn't really align with me. So you doing your own spin on things, like as long as you're not directly copying somebody else's idea, because I've seen content creators do that too, and that's really not good. Like do not take somebody's video and duplicate it word for word or do the exact same things. But I'm very inspired by other creators that I watch. Like I love Morgan Long's content, so cozy, so comfortable. Like I literally feel like we're just hanging out. I also watch like Carter Sullivan and like her lifestyle content. Yeah, I just feel like watch content that you like and look at how your life is different and your needs are different, and create content that is like the content you wish represented you, if that makes sense. Yeah, and then just write down ideas in a journal or in a Notion document, and you can just like add to that. I think too, like as much as it's so easy to like focus on trends, like I really don't try to do trends. The trends are so fast that I can't even keep up with them. That's the thing too, like having ADHD, like I hear about a video idea that's trending, and then by the time I'm like working on it, it's like already not a trend anymore. So for me personally, like the trends don't work for me. So I would say like avoid trends, create your own trend. You don't have to fully reinvent the wheel, but allow yourself to take inspiration from other people, but don't try to duplicate stuff because you're you and it's not gonna hit the same. Make it your own, get inspiration from other people, and try different things. I also feel like I've been trying different things. I've been making some gardening content. I've been making some studio content. I've been making, I want to share more about my cozy hobbies, but like allow yourself to try different things. And if they flop, they flop. It's not a big deal. Like I used to be like, oh my goodness, like no one's watched this video. And then it's like, well, nobody's watched the video, and that's cool. Or maybe 75 people watched the video, but like you got like 20 comments that were really engaged and people loved it. The people that loved it, loved it. So, and also sometimes you post a video, it doesn't do well, and then randomly, somehow it'll like end up on the right algorithm, and it'll start getting some traction. Like your people will find it. So like don't discount your ideas and your ability to try new things. I would say don't bite off more than you can chew, but allow yourself to do different things. If you have different special interests or like different types of content you're interested in, like create it. Might as well try it. It's worth a shot. Okay, Carly's Sketches asked, do you ever feel like social media causes imposter syndrome as you are developing your business? And if so, how have you worked to overcome it? Been thinking of starting up, but the mess of social media going everywhere makes me frazzled. Love watching your videos. Thank you so much. I have so much to say on this topic. Okay, so first of all, I want to recommend Andy J. Pizza's podcast to you because I, like, for the part about social media being, like, all frazzled and how it's, like, really overwhelming, I totally agree with you. Social media is, like, really daunting, especially with, like, art and AI. Like, there's just so many mixed messages, and I think that, like, there could be so much noise, but I really love Andy's podcast. Like, I've talked about it a million bazillion times. The Creative Pep Talk podcast, so good. Andy's, like, such an awesome artist, has made me, like, really reflect and engage with my creative practice in, like, such an amazing way. And Andy talks a lot about, like, social media and, like, how that can impact, like, your creative practice and, like, what that means as an artist. And I would just recommend listening to that because, like, some of his takes are so amazing. Like, all in all, I think his main messaging, and, like, this is just my interpretation of that. This is not quoting anything he said because I can't remember a singular quote to save my life. But the main gist is what I got is, like, it's better to, like, the goal of social media should not be reaching, like, your art is not meant for, like, virality. And, like, maybe something you make will go viral, but the point of your art is to, like, connect with people that, like, appreciate it. He talks a lot about how, like, a lot of the music he loves is not, like, everybody's cup of tea, but he loves it so much, and, like, they found him, and there are other people that love that music. And just because they're not, like, massive top charts, top 40 popular, doesn't mean that they're able to have a thriving career and thriving creative practice and, like, be very successful and in life and, like, find their people. Like, but if you base your success as being able to be everybody's cup of tea and to go viral, like, that would feel really stressful and really overwhelming, and the odds of, like, being able to make things at that scale that resonate with that many people in that way is so impossible. Like, I know that I think that my take on, like, imposter syndrome is if you want to position yourself as an expert on something, then I understand this anxiety of being like, wow, I, like, feel like I'm not an expert enough and I'm not good enough, and, like, how will people, like, respect me and take my authority on art or whatever topic you're exploring. But I think that one of the most, like, healthy and freeing things that you can do when it comes to social media and an artist journey is accepting and embracing and communicating. Like, I am constantly like, I'm not an expert. I'm not the best artist on earth. I literally, like, am a self-taught artist. I don't have an artist education, and I honor and hold space for people that do. There are people that are experts and that have earned the respect and platform and voice that they have. However, I would almost argue that a lot of the people that I follow and respect and feel like I feel seen by them, I feel connected to them, I feel supported and encouraged, like, a lot of those people are not the best technical artists. They're not the most successful, high-earning business owners or content creators. They are people who are, like, on a similar journey and are humans and are learning and are growing and are making mistakes. And a lot of them are super successful, which I find is very, like, motivating and exciting to me because, like, my goal is to, like, be a independent artist where I am able to support myself and my partner. That would be so amazing, and, like, our dog and our lifestyle. And I would love to be a full-time artist, and I would love to be an author, and I would love to be an illustrator, and I would love to have my life's work be my creativity, my writing, and my visual art and music. However, and I'm allowed to have that goal. However, I feel like accepting that you are on a journey, and I think that Andy J. Pizza does a really good job with this as well. Like, he's like, I'm never going to position myself as an expert or the, like, ultimate authority on something, but I've had experiences and I can act as a guide and I can give you questions to think about to help you on your path. And I think that accepting that you don't have to be an expert or a perfect technical artist to be able to impact other people. You can just show up and share as you are. You can make bad art and share that. And there will be somebody who will feel seen and supported and will feel you've created what they need. I just think that that is like the antidote to imposter syndrome. You don't have to show up here perfectly. You don't have to show up here as an expert. You can share the mess and the journey. Or if you are like farther along in your artist journey, like there are probably people who like have an artist education, who are super incredibly talented and gifted, who have a lot of knowledge and wealth of experience and to share. And there are other people who are also in the same shoes as you who would be like really empowered and feel very grateful that you have kind of come out of your cocoon and are like out there for them to see you and be like, oh, like that's me, you know? So I would say like there's space for you. You don't have to show up perfectly. There's going to be a learning curve, which is obviously unfortunate. Like I wish every video I put out and every thing I painted and every product I made for my shop was like such a success, but like it's just not going to be. And the sooner you can accept that and roll with it and embrace that you do not have to be an expert or perfect or the best, but there is room for you regardless of all of that, is when I feel like the magic happens. So my advice to you would be like, your story is not identical to anybody else's story. Your style is not identical to anybody else's style. So like that in and of itself, the odds of you, even if you found somebody online that has a very similar story and journey to you, even if they look similar to you and they have same lived experience, the odds of your art also being the same is so slim. So there's space for you. Like there's space for all of us. We are not always going to be everybody's cup of tea, but there are people who you will be their favorite cup of tea. And also so many people like so many different types of tea. So even if there's other people being successful in your niche and in your style, like there are so many people who make similar content, so many people who make similar types of art, and I love it all. There's not like too much of the thing that is good. So like there's room for you, there's space, you're allowed to take it up, and you're allowed to show up imperfectly and learn and grow. And yeah, you're allowed to make mistakes and be a beginner, which is hard sometimes to like accept that, but you're allowed. And I encourage you to do it because it has changed my life. Even though I am nowhere near where I would like to be, and like my growth in the numbers has been so small, I feel like my growth personally has been so vast and so meaningful, and I think that's worth it. I hope that if you feel like you want to share your art or you want to post, then like I hope that you can find the courage to do it, because it's not as scary as we make it out to be. I'm really learning, like I would rather be seen trying and failing than not try at all. The last question was, how has your shop launch been going? Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. So first of all, I feel like on a personal level, when we take out sales, when we take out stats, I feel so proud of my shop. I love my website. I love my branding. I love my products that I've put in the shop. I love the product photography. Like everything just feels so aligned with me. I feel like my brand was born out of literally like that desk of my grandma's that I painted, like my nana's that I painted, and the chair that I painted that was my great-grandfather's, and a rug that I bought for my studio, and like it's like a nod to our mid-century home that we moved into. Like I feel like my brand is so intimately me and so authentically like aligned with my style and my taste and my story that I could not be like more proud or more happy with how that turned out. So I feel like my shop launch from like a personal level, and I'm trying to remind myself like that's what matters. Like I feel so proud of it and I love it. So like full stop, I'm proud of it. I love it. However, from like the other side of it, if I'm being fully transparent, I have only gotten a few orders from my friends, and I'm so grateful for my friends for supporting me. And I'm not saying this to be like, me. No, like I am so grateful that my friends have supported me. It means a world to me. Like I'm so happy that they love like their sweaters and their shirts and stuff, but I haven't really had sales of like my stickers and stationery. And I think it makes me be like organically like I've done something wrong. I can't just like say that it's like my personal failure. I think that there's like a lot of reasons why people can't support my shop right now, and that's okay. I also think that like people still could support my shop, and that's okay as well. And I also have been thinking like I really need to get my Etsy back up and running. I relaunched my stationery business last summer on Etsy, and I did have pretty consistent sales. I wasn't making like thousands and thousands of dollars at all, but I did have like a couple sales every week of like a few stickers and art print, and I feel so grateful for that. And I think that maybe like Etsy for my like type of audience and my size of business is just a lot more accessible for people, and it converts like currencies like worldwide. Like I feel like Etsy might be the better platform than my own shop, which is a little disappointing. Like I think the goal for any artist is to like have your own independent thing that's separate of this like company, like to not operate within their marketplace. But I'm learning that people will probably buy my cards and my prints and my stickers a lot more if it's more accessible. And also like I think that a lot of my orders were people who have found my content and have like supported me, but there are people who are just like organically, like we're organically finding my stickers and my prints and my cards like through my shop, like on Etsy, like just from search. So I think that I need to get back on Etsy. That's my like reflection point. So I don't know, I have a lot of things to like think about, and it's like a huge work in progress. But yeah, overall I feel very proud of it. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Highly recommend Squarespace if you want to like create a portfolio and a tool. Again, not sponsored, but I would love to work with you, Squarespace. Thank you so much for being here. I really feel so grateful that I've had the last year and a bit, it's definitely over a year now, on YouTube. I feel like I have learned and grown so much as a person. I was really not well mentally and physically a year ago. I definitely have my struggles and I definitely am a work in progress, but I feel like the difference between my joy, my purpose, my wanting to be here, my creativity, my well-being, like holistically, is like night and day. If you followed along at the beginning of the journey, you might know that I got in a car accident in 2022 on Valentine's Day, and I had a whiplash and head injury, and recovering from that honestly has been just like one of the hardest experiences of my life, has really changed my life. And I started getting nerve blockers last summer, and they honestly like have changed my life. And that in combination with like pursuing a creative practice and like accommodating my life to meet my needs has genuinely changed my life. So if you're going through it, know that there's hope for your life, that things can shift for you. I'm not trying to minimize the struggles that you're going through right now because they are so valid, and I'm so sorry. Connecting, like I love hearing from you guys in the comments, and I have made like some wonderful, like I feel like you're my friends, like when we chat in the comments. Like I've met an amazing friend, Shauna, on Instagram. I would say like Tammy from Uncomfy Co gave the advice of like find somebody who's at a similar place in their artist journey and connect with them and have them be like your go-to person, your ally. And I really feel like I found that with Shauna. Shauna, I'll link her Instagram below, but she has an art Instagram, I believe it's called Fable Moth Studios, and her work is so cute. It's like Disney, it's like so Disney coded. It's not, but it's like everything just looks like it belongs in like an animated film. Like it's so beautiful, it's so like cozy, it's so cute, like it's so whimsical. Yeah, I just feel so grateful that I've like been able to connect with other artists through creating this channel and like having a safe space to like be myself and to learn and grow. You deserve to carve out that space, and you deserve to allow yourself to make bad art so that you can learn and grow and learn that your worth does not lie in like what you produce, and that like making the bad stuff is like a part of it. It's a part of it, unfortunately. It doesn't feel comfy, but you get over it and it becomes like way more fun and way more meaningful when you allow yourself to make whatever you need to make. So love you guys. I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you were able to create something. Bye.